Good afternoon. My name is Mauro. I work for Merward Agency. And how are you today? Please. Okay, what is your name, please?
My name is Paula.
Why are you anxious?
Yes, because it's a bit embarrassing to say that to you, because I'm going to try to resume the situation to you. I've been in a relationship, I knew a guy.
First of all, I'd like to explain a few things before I start to enter directly in the subject. You know, as I told you, I work for Merward Center. You can have the information about your association with this paper, and I can explain you something about my role. I'm a bilingual advocate. Okay.
Yes, I need it.
Then I will try to help you to bring your issue to the service you are using in the way you feel.
Thank you so much.
That's it. I'm taking notes because I need information to proceed with my work. But I'd like you don't be afraid about the information I'm taking from you, because everything is confidential. Everything that will be said here will be stay between these walls. Only in few circumstances this confidentiality can be breached. About when, for example, if your life is in danger in another few situations. But I say it's not the case at the moment. But don't worry about, because everything I write here or we will stay in your files in case in the future we will come back to use our services again, and if I'm not here, my colleagues will have access some few information about you, and we will be able to proceed to help you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now I would like to explain a little bit about the reasons that brought you here.
As I was saying, I knew a guy, he's a fitness instructor, 3 months ago. I've been going out with him. And then the reason I'm desperate is because, you know, I never had any problem, sexual problem, anything like that. I didn't have many partners. So, yes, the relation is going well, but the thing is, I'm itching in my public area. Very itchy, it's getting worse. The kiss has been started a week ago, and it came to a point I cannot go to work, I cannot do anything. To be honest with you, I've seen bugs on my public hair. I've never seen such a thing like that. I don't know if he gave me that, you start a relationship, you don't know who it is. Who is the person, you know? I didn't know him through a friend or anything. So I'm really concerned about that, because I haven't been in a relationship for 5 years. So it must be coming from me. You know, I am kind of desperate, really. I need help, I need solution, I don't know what to do. I heard about venereal disease before, but nothing like that, like I'm having now.
No,
it's a bit, you know, it's really embarrassing.
Okay,
I feel bad.
I will accompany you to the GAM clinic. Don't worry about this kind of things, because they are used to deal with different kinds of problems, and they have the tools, the professionals that can help you to understand what's going on and to find a solution for your problem.
Yeah, because if I live here without a solution, honestly, I don't want to do that. I'm going to meet the guy tonight, you know, and how I'm going to approach him, you know. Certainly we are going to, you know, approach one another, perhaps have an opportunity to have sex again. What I'm going to tell him.
Did you talk with him about the problem?
Of course not. I came here and I've been looking forward to a solution, because otherwise I cannot meet the guy and have to give an excuse. What I'm going to say to him? He's going to say it's you. You know, I'm kind of starting to get depressed about it. You know, I kind of imagine you have bugs in your public hair. It's getting worse. You know, I don't know what to do.
Because about this kind of the problem, the GAM clinics, they have specialized professionals that can deal with the problems, this kind of problems in a relationship, for example. Because if you have some kind of problem, some disease, for example, your partner will need to be treated too. And if there is a big trouble to you, to speak with him about that, there are people, professionals there that are trained to even contact him.
Even to approach him is difficult for me. You know, I don't have intimacy enough. In 3 months' time, I've been meeting to talk about it. But, you know, if it's needed, in last case scenario, I have to tell him. But really, I hope to get a solution before I tell him about it.
They will give you advice on how to do that. And if it's really impossible to you to do that, someone in the clinic can take this, can help you, and talk and contact him to talk about that.
I hope so, honestly.
One thing we need to decide when we will speak with the advisor and the nurses is who will do the talk with the professionals here. Do you want to speak on your behalf? Do you want to speak for yourself?
Yeah, my English is not good. That's why, you know, I'm meeting you first because I'm afraid they cannot understand properly. They might misunderstand what I say, you know. So, yes, I count on you for that.
Any doubts you have about, you can ask me, and I will do my best to clarify any kind of misunderstanding. If you need information, you can ask him in Portuguese for me, and I can bring your concerns to the professional that will work with your.
Because I don't know these words for this kind of problem, and also I feel embarrassed, you know. I barely know you or them, so if you can help me.
No, I will talk. I speak with them in your behalf, but I will do some interpreting during the session with them.
Okay.
Then, if you have difficulties with technical words, I will be very useful for you.
Yeah, and you know the city I came from is a very small city. If this happened there, I was just thinking, you know. My mom has been phoning me and she can feel, oh, what's wrong with you? I cannot tell her. You know, and people have prejudice, you know, we had some problems, I don't remember exactly what. But you know, we are not used to that. It's not like being in London, you know what I mean? So I'm really concerned about I'm worried, I cannot sleep properly. I'm getting really, really stressed about this problem.
All your concerns I will take to the advisor and the nurse that will work with your case here. And I can guarantee for you that the same confidentiality I can assure you the people that work here they are bound to the same kind of behavior.
I'm so grateful for that, honestly.
Okay. And
you have talk about that with anyone else. You know, who is my neighbor? Don't have many friends.
No, you did very well to look for a professional help.
So I'm in the right place.
Yes, it's the right place. You did well to come here. And another thing, you have rights as a client of a service group here. No? For example, arriving there in the room where the visit will be done, you have the right to choose before to go there if the professional, the nurse that will make the visit will be a man. You can ask for. You can ask for.
Oh, thank you for telling me that, because I was going to say that.
I will be present if it's okay for you, but don't worry about because all the examinations will be made behind curtains, and I will be not so close. I can't see anything, but I will be able to hear you, to help you with communication with the nurses and the advisors. Okay.
And what else should I expect from them? How they are going to help me?
They have a wide range of things that they can do for you. First of all, they will make an examination to verify what the problem is. They will arrive at a diagnosis of the problem, and they will offer you a treatment for that.
I don't have money for medication.
No, it's completely free. You have
and it has to work for today. I don't care because, you know, I'm going to meet this guy now. He's so loving, caring, you know, well-educated guy, a gentleman, really. So it's more difficult, you know.
But you have all advice for the case, because while you be waiting after some tests that they will put your disposition to be done there in the clinic, a sexual health advisor will have a brief meeting with you and explain prevention, explain everything you can do, how communicate with your partner about your problem, eventually what you need to do for the future to avoid this problem, to deal with it, and where you can look for help. And I myself, I take the compromise to give you more information about the sources in this area for you.
I have passed through a problem like that, and you know, I cannot tell anyone, so I'm kind of, I hope to get some solution today. I'm desperate for that. You know, I'm not working, on Friday it didn't work, I was not able to, I gave another excuse, I cannot tell my boss, oh, I have this, I have that. So you know what I mean? And I went to my GP and they referred me to come to you, and hopefully you can get this done, because honestly, you know, I'm afraid I might itch all over my body, and not only that, you know, at the beginning of the relationship, it took a while to meet this guy. And, you know, he might think it's me, or because I told him I don't have a relationship for the last 5 years with anyone. So imagine, so I don't know what to do. I heard of other illnesses, but nothing like I'm having now. Honestly, I watch telly and all that, but no.
The nurse will ask a series of questions about sexual diseases, about how that is spread, and then you have an idea.
Sorry,
of...
I want a solution, honestly. It's all I want.
As I told you, they will visit you, they will derive a diagnosis, they will do testings, and
how long does it take? How long does it take?
2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours, from before when we met here till the end, about 2 hours, if you need a complete check.
Because look, it's now nearly 20 to 2. I'm going to meet the guy at 5 o'clock, yeah? So I hope, I'm expecting, you know, to have some solution, something, because otherwise I have to say, no, I'm not feeling well today or something, I have to make up an excuse.
Anyway, we are here now, it will take 2 hours. They won't find a solution in 3 hours. Because, for example, if you have some kind of disease, the treatment will be done, the solution won't come in a few hours. Then we will need to deal with it later.
What do you think I should be doing then? Because, you know, we're going to go to the theater and
next in the queue, please.
We can enter and you can decide what to do later, but anyway you have time to at least to finish what we start here now, okay?
thank you. Sorry, okay.
Good afternoon. Come in, please. Good afternoon. Hi,
good
my name
afternoon. My name is Mauro.
Okay.
I'm
Susan Brown, and I'm the sexual health nurse on duty today.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm the legal advocate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
She is Mrs. Paula.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Paul.
I ask you to talk directly with
Does she speak English or no?
Oh, sorry, because
right.
I was speaking English before.
Okay.
Speak a little bit. But
I see. Okay. I think if she speaks only a little bit, it's best if she speaks in her language, and then you can help me with the communication.
Ok. It's okay. Ela falou que a gente pode falar em português, e assim eu ajudo com a informação para ela, tá?
Okay. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay. So you said you were
Bilingual, I'm not an interpreter. I will do some interpreting,
okay.
but my role here would be to speak on behalf of the patient, the client.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you met
like-
before,
Yes, we had a meeting before, and what I would speak.
but you would be interpreting my
Interpret.
questions.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Eu estava explicando para ela qual era o papel e falando que a gente decidiu antes que eu ia falar em outro lugar, por uma questão de língua e ela ajudar a comunicar, tá?
So Paula, how can I help today?
Como ela pode te ajudar?
Pode, falei do problema.
Você pode falar diretamente para ela, tá?
Então, é que tá, sabe? Eu tô tendo uma coceira. Tá horrível. Eu tô no. Será que eu falo tudo de novo? Que eu falei pra você?
Fala um pouquinho de cada vez, de maneira que eu possa fazer a interpretação para ela, tá?
Tá.
Minha esposa toda she has a itch that is boring her a little bit.
Ah, eu tenho vergonha, né? De falar, você deve ajudar.
And she is saying that she's ashamed to talk about it. It's difficult for her
Okay.
to talk about the subject.
So when you're saying itch, what do you mean by that? Can you describe it and locate it, please?
Ela está pedindo que você descreveu, falando o que você entende por coceira e aonde que está acontecendo.
Olha, lá embaixo, eu tenho espelhinhos, entendeu? Tá coçando, aqui vendo os bichinhos. Eu tô com isso há uma semana, tô desesperada.
Okay. It's in the pubic area, and she is saying that she can see some bugs there.
Okay. I think I'm getting the picture, okay. So, I think I'll ask you a few questions which could be a bit personal, but I need to ask them in order to be able to establish what the problem is, and then after that I can tell you what we're going to do next.
Ela vai fazer algumas perguntas vão ser muito pessoais, que ela precisa fazer para chegar à conclusão e poder te ajudar, tá?
Eu quero a solução.
So, are you married?
Você é casada?
Não.
Não.
No? Okay. Are you in a relationship with, a man or woman?
Ela está perguntando se você está namorando um
Faz
homem
3
ou uma
meses,
mulher.
né? Igual te desse. Eu conheci ele através de amigos. Conheci ele através da internet.
Okay, she's in a relationship with a man.
Okay.
She
For how long has it been going on?
3 months.
Okay, fine. So, you haven't had any sexual health problems before in the past? Have you experienced anything similar, or have you had any other sexually transmitted infections? Because I suspect this is an STI, but I will have to examine you in order to be able to confirm that.
Ela está perguntando se você já teve alguma doença sexualmente transmitida, porque ela suspeita que seja alguma coisa que foi transmitida através de...
Não, nunca teve, ainda mais assim. Não.
No, she not had.
Okay, that's good. So, are you aware whether your partner has the same problem?
A senhora sabe se o namorado da senhora tem o mesmo problema? Se ele apresenta os mesmos sintomas?
Ai, eu nem vou conversar com ele sobre isso. Não vou ter vergonha. Eu vou encontrar com ele no chamando. Como é que eu vou falar que foi uma solução? O resultado bom.
Okay. The problem is that Miss Paula didn't talk with him because for her it's very difficult to communicate about this subject with someone.
É, porque é uma relação que apenas começou, entendeu? Não tem tanta intimidade, imagina.
Okay.
Mas não veio de mim.
Okay. She's saying this is very difficult for her because a new relationship, she has no intimacy, it's difficult. Huh?
Okay, fine. Unfortunately, with this type of sexually transmitted infection, there isn't much that you could get done in terms of protecting yourself.
Ela está falando com esse tipo de problema que a senhora tem agora, é muito difícil se proteger contra, não?
It is a sexually transmitted infection, but you don't even have to perform a sexual act, okay, in order to to actually get what you got.
Okay, you please give me a little bit of time. I will explain more
Okay.
the situation for the lady. Para esse tipo de doença, a senhora nem mesmo precisa ter relações sexuais para adquirir.
Entendi, mas eu tive, né? E eu estou desesperada porque tá
But
muito ruim.
I assume that you are in a sexual relationship with your partner.
Embora a senhora esteja dizendo embora essa doença possa ser pega não através de relações sexuais, a senhora tem um namorado e
Não,
teve
eu-
relações sexuais com ele. Então,
Teve, eu tenho certeza que foi dele.
yeah,
Okay. So, I think what you have is pubic lice, basically. You have been infected.
ela acredita que a senhora está com piolhos chatos em português na área pública.
Ah,
Porque é a única coisa que se pode pegar e nessas circunstâncias que se possa ver, não? Que é muito fácil de ser
mas
transmitido.
ele
Né?
é um cara tão gentil, super educado, entendeu? Como eu
So-
entendo.
I can give you the good news and the bad news.
Ela vai te dar boas e más notícias.
Actually, the good news are bigger than the bad news.
As boas notícias são melhores do que as más.
Espero que sim. Estou
Okay.
muito preocupada.
So it's a sexually transmitted infection that is easily treated, okay, and it's not going to affect you in the long run, okay. So
É muito fácil de curar e não vai demorar muito tempo, quer dizer, a senhora vai se livrar desse problema muito rapidamente.
O que é
So-
rapidamente? Quanto tempo?
How long?
Aqui, ó, olha a hora.
She needed to get rid from this problem for the
what's
good
the rush? She's here now. She'll get the help. What's the rush?
Vou encontrar com ele hoje à noite, é fácil.
Como eu expliquei para a senhora, não é possível resolver o problema hoje. Não é que ela vai arranjar uma solução. A senhora entra aqui com os problemas e
Why is
vai
she in
embora
such
sempre.
a rush? Sorry, I don't get it.
No, the lady is in rush because she will meet her boyfriend
I
in
see.
1 hour
Okay.
time. And I
Okay.
explained her, as I explained
Mm.
before, that the problem won't be resulting in 1 hour. She will
Oh,
be
certainly
time.
not. No, you can't get rid of the things in 1 hour. And if you haven't had a different relationship if you haven't had a different relationship while having a relationship with your boyfriend,
Sorry, what do you mean for? Different.
if she has been meeting up with someone else, having a sexual
Okay.
relationship with someone else, which is something that people do.
Ela está tentando entender se a senhora teve relações com outras pessoas.
Não, faz 5 anos, essa é a primeira pessoa que encontrei.
Okay, so
In 5 years' time is the first time.
fine, that's good. That makes it easier because it means that it's your partner, your sexual partner, who has given it to you.
Essa informação que a senhora deu faz a coisa muito mais fácil, porque se faz 5 anos que a senhora não tem relação com outras pessoas, a única pessoa que pode ter passado
Mas ele é super gentil, eu não posso acreditar que de onde que vem, não.
não é uma questão de cultura ou educação, é uma doença, uma infecção. She is very confused.
You don't have to be. The important thing is, once again, look on the bright side. The important thing is that it will be easily treated. Okay, we can treat.
É muito
I
fácil
will.
de tratar.
Let me finish, please. I will administer the first treatment now in the next 5-10 minutes, and then there will be subsequent treatments that you will have to do yourself, which are really easy to do. Okay. Now, when I said there are bad news, the bad news is that it might prove tricky to convince your partner to undergo the same treatment. Okay?
Ela falou que vai dar o tratamento para a senhora agora, né? O que a senhora tem que fazer para tratar.
Que é,
Sim, aquilo que eu falei antes, ela vai dar um tratamento para a senhora, vai ter que ser repetido 2 vezes, uma semana ou 2 depois. Se repete o tratamento para ter certeza que se eliminou. E a única coisa que parece que vai ser meio complicado, porque a senhora vai ser difícil para a senhora, é que a senhora vai ter que comunicar com o seu partner para falar sobre o problema.
I
Eu vou
understand.
desistir.
I understand you haven't been with him for a long time, and especially if you're emotionally involved and you don't want to lose him, then it might prove difficult to actually confront him and tell him, because he might suspect that it is you who's been sleeping around and
Ela
got that.
entende que isso aqui é muito difícil para a senhora, porque a senhora tem essa relação afetiva com esse novo namorado, e ele vai poder falar que veio da senhora em vez de falar que veio dele.
But if I was you, I wouldn't rush for that rendezvous as yet, because you don't know what else he's got. You know these people, they tell you one thing, but you know, they might be a whole lot after that.
Sorry, one moment, please. About what people are you?
I was referring to her boyfriend. Okay, so
This is not very important at the moment because the boyfriend is not present.
men cannot be trusted in general. You know, that's
This
what
is
I mean.
a stereotype
Okay.
that please keep for yourself.
Sorry, maybe it's my
possible.
personal opinion.
It's not possible to talk about people that are not present here after examination
Okay,
of
okay.
the gentleman.
Okay,
here
I'm
can say
sorry.
something.
I felt sorry for her because obviously she looks very distressed and worried about
Ela
the
acha que ela
situation.
parece estar muito nervosa. Ela falou que provavelmente esse tipo de problema pode vir de homens, porque os homens são. Não, ela não falou nada de perigo. Ela falou que se estivesse no lugar da senhora, para não ter tanta pressa de encontrar o teu namorado, porque pode ter mesmo outros problemas que devem ser averiguados antes.
So I'd like to examine you. Okay, so I need to see who's there, which will allow me to make a conclusion. Okay, and then if it proves that it's pubic lice, then I will apply some insecticide lotion, okay, which will be the first phase of the treatment.
Ela vai fazer um exame, ela vai ter que olhar para verificar se realmente é isso que ela está pensando que é. Vai ser aplicado um produto anti-chatos, esses flores públicos, e para ver se encontra a solução e verificar se não tem outros problemas.
Vai usar spray, tipo inseticida?
Não, vou perguntar para ela que tipo de produto é. What kind of products will be used to eliminate the
Okay, so it's an insecticide lotion, meaning that it's something that will kill.
Is it
The
a
lice.
spray? Is it
It is a spray, yes, it is a spray.
But
But it's not painful,
okay.
okay, so there's nothing to worry about.
É tipo de spray, ela falou que não é doloroso, se aplica e a senhora se livra do problema. E como eu disse antes, I explained a little bit the mechanism of the
I
disease.
can jump in if you want me to.
Okay,
What is
please,
she not sure
about, because she's always worried about how long it will take. I will explain her that apply the product now and then wait for the eggs.
Exactly. We need to ensure that this usually kills the eggs. The adults. Okay, the living lice. But the eggs might, because they're quite strong, they've evolved really well, and we might not kill all during the first treatment. So that's why you will have to have a second treatment in 3 days' time, which is really important, and I'll give you to take the spray with you.
Aplica o spray agora. Esse spray vai matar todos os bichinhos que estão lá, vivos. Porém, esses bichinhos eles se reproduzem através de ovos. Os ovos são resistentes ao spray. Entre 3 dias, ela vai dar um spray que a senhora pode levar para casa, a senhora aplica de novo, porque eventualmente vai matar esses bichinhos que vão nascer dos ovos, que vão ficar ali, e que essa primeira aplicação não vai matar.
E aí matando a segunda.
Exato.
E aí está eliminado.
Having said that, there is no problem, I mean, there is no point, I would say, in doing it if you intend to meet with your sexual partner, okay, again, without ensuring that he undergoes the same treatment.
É uma coisa muito importante, porque ela está dizendo que é bem inútil fazer todo o tratamento sem que a senhora se comunique com o seu namorado para dizer qual é o problema, porque se elimina os bugs que a senhora tem e os bugs
You
vieram
will
do
be
seu namorado,
reinfected immediately, okay?
Isso.
So you have to
Yeah.
be treated simultaneously,
que o
ideally.
tratamento tem que ser feito
Agora,
juntos.
como que eu vou falar com ele? Mal conheço o cara.
She's very worried how to communicate with the partner to talk about that because it's very difficult for her.
Entendeu? Agora o quê? Agora eu vou de novo com ele? Não vou, se eu sei que veio dele, eu tenho certeza.
She's very worried, you know, because
Is the person from your culture or is it an English guy?
é uma pessoa do seu.
Ah, não, o cara
She understood, yeah.
Eu não falo muito.
Okay.
It's English.
Okay, in that case, I think, why don't you offer him to come and talk to us? You can say that you had a problem, and he can talk to us. He can come and talk to us
Ela falou
on
que
his own or together with you.
ela falou que se é muito difícil para a senhora se comunicar com ele, pode pedir para ele que ele venha aqui, ele fala com eles, eles comunicam para ele.
You can tell him that
ele pode
you
dizer
find
assim,
it difficult to talk about it, so you've been offered this option.
Ela está
Ou someone
dizendo
else
que
do
está
that.
percebendo que é difícil para a senhora falar sobre o assunto, então essa clínica ela oferece esse...
Para ele, fala, vai lá na clínica, tem que falar tudo que eu vou dizer, vou ter que falar tudo, entendeu? Aí se ele fala que veio de mim.
She's very worried because if she invite him to come here, the first thing she thinks is he will think, I have this problem from you.
Okay.
It's really for the communication.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's basically it's personal information. Anyone can say whatever they'd like to. At the moment, I'm trusting your story that this is your relationship, first relationship in 5 years. So, in that case, your partner should know better. Whose fault it is.
A senhora afirmou e a pessoa aqui na sua frente, o profissional, ele acredita naquilo que a senhora está falando. Se em 5 anos esse for o primeiro partner, só pode ter vindo dele, então é muito mais fácil comunicar. Não?
So whatever, I think this would depend on the future of the relationship, or what you'd like to get out of it, or what you'd like to achieve. So if you don't really have to do anything to do with that person again, then you will just tell him and not bother about what he decides to do.
Isso depende muito do futuro, dos seus planos para esse
É
relacionamento.
difícil você gostar de alguém, entendeu? Quando você encontra e gosta e acontece uma coisa dessa,
But ideally, you should at least tell him that there is a problem, which I'm sure he's aware of.
que nem inglês.
A senhora está dizendo que provavelmente ele percebeu que tem um problema e
Não.
porque
Eu nem falei nada ainda.
sim,
Começou essa semana.
exato, mas se veio dele, ele tem o mesmo problema, ele deve estar sentindo ter algum sintoma e vai querer se livrar disso também.
Porque se é isso, ele vai sentir doceira também.
Exatamente, porque se veio
Ele
dele,
não falou nada
ele
até
tem
agora.
que ele não tenha falado não significa que ele não tenha.
Verdade.
Ok?
Okay. So it's up to you, but you have to at least let him know about the problem. Okay.
Pelo menos a senhora tem que falar para ele que tem um problema, de maneira que ele tenha consciência do que está acontecendo e que possa tomar as providências para resolver.
Você pode me ajudar?
Posso. E eu acho que a senhora não deveria estar tão preocupada assim. She is asking me if I can help her to talk with her boyfriend about that.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't know. Is it part of your professional responsibility? Can you do it? I
It's
guess.
possible. It's possible
Yeah.
if they come here to my association. We work with that and talk on behalf of the lady because I'm an advocate. Then I can talk
I
on
guess-
behalf of her with
I guess you
her
know better
boyfriend.
than me what your responsibilities are. So if this is something you can, you can deal with, then
Yes, I can do it in the same way I did with the lady. I can ask to the gentleman to come here and
Okay.
to have
So
a
if-
treatment and everything he needs
Yeah.
to
I
have a
mean,
solution for the problem.
we'd like people to get treated, but we're not forcing you to make him come if you find it difficult. And we don't have the right to approach him and talk about it.
Que eles
Yeah.
gostariam que as pessoas fossem tratadas quando tem esse tipo de problema, mas que não podem obrigar.
Não, ninguém
Que
vai
as pessoas
brigar.
têm que ser livres para vir aqui, decidir vir
Ah, eu
aqui.
espero que
e
ele aceite,
resolver o
porque
problema.
senão eu não vou, embora eu goste de ler, não vou nem encontrar com ele mais.
Okay. But it's very important that you know, that you're aware of the fact that once you've been treated, my advice is not to engage with that person again sexually. Okay? Because if you don't have the guarantee that he's been treated, then you will get reinfected.
Se a senhora não tem certeza que o seu namorado foi tratado para esse tipo de problema, a melhor coisa que você tem que fazer é evitar de ter relações com ele. Porque se a senhora tem relações com ele e ele não foi tratado por esse problema, a senhora vai ser uma reinfecção desse mesmo tipo de problema. Para resolver o problema definitivamente, a senhora tem que fazer o tratamento, acabar com o problema, ele tem que fazer o problema, e daí as coisas se normalizam no sentido que vocês podem se encontrar e tem certeza que não vai ter problema entre vocês. She's asking if it's possible to make the visit now, to have a look.
We will. Before doing that, I'd like to ask you whether you've been using any contraceptive methods, I would say, and in particular condoms.
Ela está perguntando se a senhora usou qualquer tipo de anticoncepcional, em particular modo as camisinhas. Não.
Okay, so in that case, I'd like to offer you more tests for sexually transmitted infections, or which means we'd like to test you for HIV, syphilis, and other sexually
Neste
transmitted
caso,
infections. So this is only if you'd like to undergo them.
a clínica pode oferecer para a senhora outros testes com relação a doenças transmitidas sexualmente, como HIV, etc., outras doenças.
Quer nem dizer que eu tenho doença venérea?
Não, ela está oferecendo um serviço que a clínica pode oferecer, uma vez que a senhora teve uma relação a risco.
If you haven't been using condoms, that means that you've been having unprotected sex, which condoms protect to a very high percentage.
Ela falou particularmente com relação às camisinhas, porque a camisinha, além de ser um anticoncepcional, protege contra outras doenças transmitidas sexualmente.
O tempo passando, vamos fazer esse exame logo? Tem mais alguma pergunta para fazer?
The lady has a really short time, would like to make the examination now, and you would like to know if you have more inquiries to do about.
Would you like to take the blood test?
Okay. Ela está interessada em saber se a senhora quer fazer os outros exames, exame de sangue. She's available to all the check.
Okay. So let me take her to just next door where we can do the examination, and it will be behind a screen, so you can be present. And if I need to explain things, you can interpret.
Ela falou que a gente vai para outra sala para fazer o exame. A senhora fica atrás de cortinas, de maneira que eu possa escutar e me comunicar com a senhora e ajudar na comunicação. Ok?
Okay?
Ok.
Okay. So imagine we've done it, then you can come back to your little post-interview with the client in English, please.
Ok.